Hey everybody, welcome to class. What we're going to do now is we're going to look at current events on the BBC, okay? And in doing so, we'll talk about different things that are happening, different things that are going on. We'll also learn new vocabulary and we'll practice speaking with each other, okay? I started this class a little early, so even those of you with reservations, you'll just have to wait just one quick moment because I wanted to make sure that I was able to get class started and give you a link to the BBC so you can start looking over various various stories on the BBC. Let me give you that link real quick. By the way, those of you that are interested, you can reserve your seat. The point of reserving your seat isn't so you get in class early, it's just so you make sure that you have a seat here in Verbling. And it's actually really easy to do, okay? So you can visit that link there, various ways to do that. Let me also pull up the BBC site. Okay, let me give you that link. All right, so again, in order to get reservations, you can just visit this link and you can upgrade to a premium account. You can invite friends. There's a video to watch, connect with Facebook. You can also like Verbling on Facebook, okay? So, and in here, all right, this is how you, or pardon me, if you like this one, you won't get credit, but that's my, my Facebook page where I keep all the information on my Verbling classes, okay? And here, Tilek has a question. Yes, Tilek, so this is for advanced also too if you're kind of intermediate to advanced, all right? It's just that some of this is a little bit difficult to understand because of some of the wording. So if you're intermediate to advanced, you'll be okay. But just regular beginners, please, I have a beginner class coming up right after this. Okay, I always try to be fair to everybody. Even though it's more difficult to teach beginners, I love teaching beginners. I love seeing people learn. So there is a beginner class coming up. Now don't be so scared if you're looking at this going, oh my gosh, it's advanced. If you're in the class and for some reason it's too advanced for you, you can always jump out. Let me do this. Let me give an example here. So guys, I don't want to scare everybody else off from the class, okay? Don't be so scared. Join in. It's okay. Let me show you here. So for instance in here, you know, this is the U.S. to boost nuclear missile defenses. All right, so here we go. So good. We're going to have more nuclear weapons. Okay. So this is the type of reading in here. So Chuck Hagel, blah, blah, blah. U.S. plans to bolster its missile defense on the West Coast to counter the threat from North Korea. So this is the type of reading we're going to do. So not anything too bad. Shelley, welcome back. Okay. And hey, Maria.
Hello.
Hi, Shelley. Hi.
Hi, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. So, Maria, did you miss my love quotes class?
Yeah, I was eating sushi. Sorry. I am so
It's okay.
sad.
No, it's okay. And I posted it a few days ago just to make sure. And I think I did it on the same time. I think I did it at the same time. But anyway, I wanted you to join, but that's okay. You know, maybe next time. Maybe next time, okay? But the love class just is not the same without you.
Yeah, I know that. I know that you have missed me.
We were missing you. So good. Let's see who else is in here. Max. Hello, Max.
Yeah, hello, how are you?
Hey, Max. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm great, fine.
Good.
You know, I'm studying English today, the whole day.
I've been teaching English the whole day, so I know how you feel. So good. We can get along really well. So good, Max. Good. Okay. Hey, Igor.
Hi.
Hey, Igor. Feel free. You know, go ahead. Pick out an article, Igor. You always pick out some good ones, okay?
Yeah,
So,
I'm now searching.
okay, good. Eric. Hey, Eric. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. I'm
Hey,
fine, thanks. You?
good. Doing well, doing well. Always good to see you, Eric. Always good to see you. Dina, welcome back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That was really a fun class, that last one, Dina. Thanks for making it so much fun. You're very expressive. I like that. That was cute. That was good. Very good. Um, let's see. Apopa. Hello, Apopa.
Hi.
Hi, Apopa. Hey, Apopa, where are you from?
Well, I'm from El Salvador.
El Salvador? Okay, good, good,
Yes.
good, good. So welcome to class. And
Thank you.
you're welcome. Have you attended any of my classes before?
Well, the last one, but
The last one?
actually, yeah, but just a few minutes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yep. It was we're really able to get in there. Okay. Well, good. Well, welcome to
Okay.
class. Welcome to class.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Ashan. Hi, Ashan. Oh, okay. Ahmed. Hi.
Hello, Bret.
Hey, good to see you again. Good to see you again. Welcome
Thank
to
you.
another class. You're welcome. You're welcome. So, okay. So, are there any stories here on the BBC that you all would like to talk about? Has anybody picked out any stories? Anything?
The
Go
one
ahead.
of the nuclear missile, I think it's kind of bad but interesting at the same time.
Okay, we can start off with this one. We'll probably be able to read two of these. So, yeah, this is the one with here goes the US, right? We're just so awesome. We like to blow up things. So, so yeah, let's see if we can hear this well enough here. Let me see how this plays out. One second. One moment. Hopefully it'll play soon. What? What was that? Oh, here. What the heck? Here one. Okay, give me 1 second here. Let me see if I can get this thing running right. Oy, oy, oy. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why this one isn't playing. Um, Sometimes the Hangout has a little bit of a problem. It's okay. It's probably just some blowhard. Okay, so let's talk about this article. And let's go ahead and read this in here. Give me one other second here. Get this thing set right. Okay, so let's start reading this article. Ahmed, can you
Yeah,
can you start reading? Just read this section here.
okay. The United States plans to bolster its missile uh, defenses on the west coast to counter the threat from North Korea. Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel has announced.
Okay, go ahead. Keep on going. He said the
So,
U.S. would.
okay. He said the U.S. would aid 14 interceptors, which can shoot down missiles in flight, to 30 already in place in California and Alaska by 2017. But the final phase of the United States European Missile Defense Program is being scrapped to partly fund the project. Due to beginning in 2022, it would have sighted interceptors in Eastern Europe. Mr. Hegel cited a series of irresponsible and reckless provocations recently by North Korea.
Okay, so good, so good. So yeah, so bolster, this is a cool word. So bolster means like to strengthen, right? Or to like make it stronger, or to to kind of like bolster my support. Okay, so it's like to give more support. Okay, of missile defenses. Excuse me one second. Sorry, I had a little frog in my throat. So missile defenses on the West Coast. So yeah, what it's dealing with in here, let's take a look here. Okay. So when you look at the West Coast of the United States, okay, so this is the West Coast of the United States. And actually, it continues up to Alaska as well. Okay, so this is the West Coast. So this is where they have a lot of weapons. They have a lot of missiles in these silos, right? So these missile silos, that's where they keep all these missiles, and they're ready to launch these at any time. And the ones that they have here, what they're going to do is they're going to be used to intercept. So when a missile is shot at them, they're going to blow up the missile in mid-flight. All right. So the program is being scrapped. So scrapped. Does anybody know what scrapped means? What do they mean by being scrapped?
Going to the trash.
Yeah, like in the trash, it's no longer going to be around. So they're just going to stop it. So scrap's a colorful word that they have in there. Okay. Yeah, and sitted, I think this is wow. Yeah, I think, well, this is British English. So this just means to locate the inceptors or put ones in Eastern Europe. But provocations, what does this mean? Provocations. Don't worry, guys. Yeah, to provoke, or like,
to bother or to tease someone.
Yep. So Northern Korea, they've been trying to launch missiles and rockets and everything else, which they've become successful at. Okay, to stop the evil American empire. All right, so good. Let's continue on. So go ahead, Ashan. Can you read here? And I don't know this guy's name. Pyongyang, I guess. Okay. Let's yep, and just read this, Ishan, all the way down to here. Oh, I'm sorry. Some of this is
okay, to the press conference.
Pyongyang carried out a third nuclear test, and then all the way down here, okay? Even though this kind of repeats itself, but go ahead. Pyongyang,
okay.
That's how you pronounce it, I guess.
Pyongyang carried out a third nuclear test last month. A statement in North Korean state media last month also threatened the US with a preemptive nuclear strike. Europe plan shelved. However, analysts say the regime is years away from producing a missile capable of carrying a nuclear warhead to the US. The US has missile defenses to protect us from limited ICBM intercontinental ballistic missile attacks, Mr. Hagel told Friday's press conference. But North Korea in particular has recently made advances in its capabilities and has engaged in a series of irresponsible and neckless provocation.
Okay, good. Good. So this is the current leader, right? Okay. Oops. Sorry about that. So oh no, this is the capital. This is the capital. Just like when they refer to Washington, right? You know, Washington has made some decisions that are referred to sometimes like the capital of a place, okay? So they say that the capital city carried out its third, meaning that they performed a third nuclear test last month, all right? So preemptive nuclear strike. Can somebody tell me what a preemptive nuclear strike is? And is it something good or something bad?
Really
Don't be
bad.
I think it didn't work that time.
Yeah, so it's really bad. So what's that, Eric? Go ahead, Eric. What's a preemptive nuclear strike?
It's like to destroy everything.
So
think-
it's to, yeah, so it's to do it first, right? Should be the first one, preemptive. Okay. So, you know, just like the United States, we wouldn't want a preemptive nuclear strike, but they had a preemptive attack on Iraq, right? Because they were worried about these weapons of mass destruction. So they had a preemptive attack on Iraq, for an example. Okay, but you don't want anybody to do anything preemptive to them, though. Okay, so regime, all right? So a regime is like the leadership that you have. Okay, so this regime are the people in here in North Korea running the country. All right, so they're years away. This is an expression. Okay, it doesn't mean it's 2 years, 3 years, because as soon as it's plural, it can mean years away. Years away from producing a missile capable of carrying a nuclear warhead to the U.S. It means all the way to the United States. Okay. All right. So again, we already read this. Advances. So more capabilities that they've had. And any words in here that you all would like me to explain? Everybody okay?
And I want to make sure the pronunciation of missile or missile.
Yeah, so missiles. And let's check to see if there's not a few ways to say this, okay? So let's see the phonetic spelling, because you can see like Iran, Aran, so many different ways to say that. Okay. So here, missile, missile. So British English is going to be missile. So we're reading stuff from the BBC. So maybe you should say it missile, since we're reading things from the BBC. Okay, good. Anyone else? Nope. Okay. All right. Missile or missile. Okay. So again, we have the phonetic.
Missile, the American accent, missile. Missile,
Yeah,
the
that's
British.
well, yeah. So the British is missile. The
Yeah, I don't think
American,
the
the American is missile.
Yeah.
So again, these are the phonetic spellings, okay? So missile and missile. All right. So okay, let's continue on in here. And a papa. Okay.
Okay.
So one second. So Ishan. Okay, so this is the phonetic spelling of it. So in the U.S. it's missile. You know, missile like that. Okay, and then in the British they call it missile. Okay, so that's how they do it there. I'm sure there's people, you know, in the U.S. that say it the U.K. way. All right. Plus we had Bushisms earlier, so if you want to hear people that can't pronounce things properly, you could have followed that class. Oh, Papa, go ahead, oh Papa.
Okay.
Right
Yes.
here, the Defense Secretary.
Excuse me?
Yeah, right here. Can you start right here?
Okay, at the beginning.
Do you see what's highlighted here? The Defense Secretary.
Okay. Okay. The Defense Secretary said the U.S. needed to stay ahead of the threat.
Go ahead.
He said the additional Okay, I can't see it. He said the additional 14 interceptors will be deployed to Fort Greely in Alaska at the cost wait a minute, at the cost of about 1 billion. As part of the strategy, the US will also deploy a radar tracking station in Japan, and the Pentagon will shift some of the funding away from the missile defense program it has been setting up in Europe. Mr. Hagel said US commitment reminded uh, reminded
Ironclad.
ironclad ironclad to the European shield, and that missile batteries will be established in Poland and Romania by 2000. Excuse me, I can't see.
It's okay. 2018. Yep. Okay, good. So the defense secretary. So this is, our Secretary of Defense in the United States. So stay ahead of the threat. What do you think they means by stay ahead of the threat? Can anybody tell me what that means?
Ahead of the threat. It's like warning.
So what is stay ahead? What about technology? You need to stay ahead. Anyone? Don't worry, guys.
On the
The
top.
best.
To be in
Yep,
advance.
to be first, to be advanced, to be on the top. Okay, so good. So the next thing here, he said the additional 14 interceptors. Okay, so these are going to be deployed. What happens when you deploy something? Okay, can somebody tell me what deploy means?
To use it in a good way. Or to seize.
So yeah, but you don't worry about in a good way. So deployed just means that you push it out, that you start it, right? So you're going to deploy. So you're going to set up these at Fort Greely. Okay. So good. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're also gonna a radar tracking station. Okay. So if we look here, like at a radar tracking station, it's okay.
By the way, what's BN? How can we pronounce it?
Let me see what
I
a
think
BM
it's
is.
something like kilometer, but
Oh, 1 billion. 1 billion. Yeah,
1
this is
billion.
billion. So
Oh,
these are
oh,
numbers. Yeah, 1 billion.
$1 billion. Yeah.
$1 billion. So good.
$1 billion.
Yep, $1 billion. Okay, so shift some of the funding. What do they mean when you shift something? Shift.
Move it.
Yeah, kind of like it's going one way and then. Yeah, so it's going one way and then it goes another. Okay.
Change.
So good. Yep, change. You got it. Yep. Okay, so good. So ironclad, all this means, so ironclad, it just means that there's no faults in it, that it's just going to really remain tight. Okay, when you have like an ironclad agreement. I don't know if it's because of an old, the old ironclad boats. These boats are made out of iron, these warships, I'm not sure. Okay. Okay, so here we go here. So, let's see, I think Dina, you're the next one to read, is that right?
Yes.
Have you read yet? Okay. Go ahead here, let's see. Yeah, go ahead, read this. What he said.
But he said that another part of the plan had been shelved. James Miller, Principal Deputy Undersecretary for Policy at the Department of Defense, later clarified that the final phase of the missile defense program has been dropped. had been dropped. The prayer plan had four phases. The third phase involved the deployment of interceptors in Poland, and we will continue with phases 1 through 3, Mr. Miller told reporters. In the fourth phase, in the previous plan, we would have added some additional type of interceptors, the so-called SM-3 IIP or LLP.
IIB, I think.
IIP would have been added to the mix in Poland. We no longer intend to add them to the mix, but we will continue to have the same number of deployed interceptors in Poland that will provide coverage for all the NATO in Europe, he added.
Okay, good. Okay, so yeah, so let's see. So shelved. What happens when it's shelved? So part of it's been shelved. Okay, and here are shelves. So what do you think it means when it says part of it'll be shelved? You know, part of the plan has been shelved.
To put away.
Yeah, to put away. So maybe you'll get to it later on. So kind of to put it away.
Yes.
Okay.
Or to
What's that?
To postpone or to give it.
Yep.
To move it away for some time.
Yep, to put it away for some time is what you want to say. So not so much move it away, you want to say put it away, okay? So in here, so later he clarified and then that the final had been dropped. So what's the difference of shelved and dropped in this? So first it was shelved and then it was dropped.
Abandoned.
Yeah, abandoned, so you're just not even doing it anymore. So that's when it's been dropped. Okay. All right. So, yep. And it's 4 phases. So phases, these are like cycles or parts. Okay. And let's see here. And let's see what these are. Okay. So these are just some sort of so these are early inceptors, okay? So these are missiles that are going to intercept other ones, okay? Crazy, huh? Can't feed the planet, but we have enough weapons to kill each other. So that's pretty cool. So I'm being sarcastic, obviously. All right, so coverage, so NATO, can anybody tell me what is NATO?
Mondial organization.
Mm-hmm.
International organization where countries that are in this organization they can defend themselves or attack someone, and all countries.
Yeah, and this is I guess this is back before when when the big threat was Russia, right? So this is how they would try to stop the Russians, because you have NATO over here, right? Okay, this is all of Europe. And then you have Alaska. So that's how they try to prevent Russia. Okay, so good. All right. Okay, so let's continue on here. So Eric, can you read this next part here?
Okay. President George W. Bush first proposed a defense shield in Europe, which had incensed Russia. His successor Barack Obama rolled back on the plans, announcing a much smaller deployment. Friday's announcement represents a further toning
down
of the plans. The Pentagon said its top North Korea official would be visiting Russia and Germany next week. The Alaska and California sites were built during the presidency of George W. Bush, as protection from a possible strike by North Korea. Technical difficulties with the interceptors slowed their installation.
Okay,
When
good.
asked,
No, it's okay. Good, good, very good, very good. Yeah. So let's get back over to here then. So, all right. So in here,
Brett,
let's look at it. Go ahead.
I have a question. When you said roll back, what is the meaning?
Oh
It's
yeah,
like go back or something like that?
yeah.
Go
So
back
so
in
what
the
happened?
time or
Yeah. So what happens is let's say so we have an expression. So you're going to roll out a new program. So when you roll it out, you kind of push it out. It starts going, and when you roll back something, that means that you bring it back. So you no longer. It's just the opposite of to roll out. So they're going to roll back. So they probably started this program, and now they're going to roll back and bring it back. Okay. Does that
yeah, thanks. Yeah,
Okay, you're
I
welcome.
can understand that.
Yep. Okay, and let's continue on here. So let's see here. So he proposed incest Russia. That means to upset them. Okay. So they're not going to be happy with this, even though we're friends now, I guess, but they still want to be happy. So successor. What's a successor?
the one who comes after one?
Yep. So Barack Obama, he's a successor of George Bush, so he was the next president. So what he did is he rolled back on the plans, like we were talking about. So they were going to do it, but he rolled back on it. But now he has it's a smaller deployment. Okay, what they're going to push out, deployment. So toning down of the plans. So does anybody know what tone means, like the tone of your voice? So what would toning down mean?
Intonation.
Yeah, like intonation, right? Go ahead, Ahmed.
Oh, you made a threat. You threatened someone, and now you're getting back. Your tone is down.
Yeah, so you're toning down, so you're not really threatening as much anymore, right? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, let's continue on
Just a
here. Yeah, well, good guess. So yeah, toning down. So or they're just going to continue. So Barack Obama rolled back, then he had a smaller deployment, and then there's further toning down. It's making it even smaller. All right. So okay, so let's continue on here. Let's see here. Yeah, so this is just the last part. Okay, Igor, can you read this last part here when when asked?
Yes, technical difficulties.
Yeah, go ahead and read that, and then read the
Technical
last part.
difficulties with the interceptors slowed their installation. When asked about the poor performance of interceptors during recent trials, Mr. Hegel said further tests would be carried out this year. We have confidence in our system, he said, and we certainly will not go forward with the addition of the 14 interceptors until we are sure we have the complete confidence we need.
Okay, so good. So what they're saying here is that I guess that so recent trials, okay, and this isn't a trial as far as when you have somebody, a judge and a jury. So trials, this just means that they've taken them out and they've been trying them out to see how they work. Okay, just like you have test trials and so forth. So they're going to have to carry further tests because there's a poor performance. It means they don't perform well. What does confidence mean? Somebody tell me what confidence is. Can you say it with confidence? To be sure. Yep. Go ahead, Shelley. Did you want to add something to that?
No.
Yep. Nope. Okay. Okay. And we will not go forward. Okay. So like to roll out, continue to roll out, go forward without the addition of 14 other interceptors. All right. So here you go. So here's North Korea. So here are the different, I guess, missiles or something. Yep. So yeah, this is how they can reach the U.S. Wow, really can't reach the United States, can they? Huh. Well, they could blow us up pretty easily. So yeah, so does anybody think that the U.S. should just invade Korea? Do you think that would be a good idea? The United States invaded Korea?
No, I think no.
No?
More good way is to buy.
A better way?
A better way is to how to say, to buy some North Korea leaders so they will be loyal to change the power. I think it's a more better way.
It's a better way,
mean
yeah.
to bribe
Yes,
them?
to buy. How to say to buy?
bribe.
Yeah, you could just say to buy, to bribe. Yeah, but what I think you're talking about though is so the North Korean leaders can't be bribed. The ones that are on there, they won't take the money. What you're talking about is to kind of put them in power, kind of like the U.S. has done with other people. How the U.S. has put other leaders in power. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, yes, another leaders in power. I mean, like I saw when was war in Iraq. So the United States bought some politicians from Iraq and military, and they betrayed the Saddam Hussein.
Yep. They set him up and then ended up betraying him. Yep.
Yes.
Good. Okay, so let's see. What's the next one, guys? What do you guys want to read about next? Any suggestions here on the BBC?
Not about war.
Okay, not about war. So what else is there to talk about? I'm just kidding. There's more to talk about than war. Okay, so
war is not interesting.
Yeah. So anybody? Any of these? Okay.
Maybe some technology, I don't know.
Innovations.
Sports could be.
Innovation, yeah.
Like innovations?
Yes.
Okay, Gang of Eight, Ivory. Okay, let me see.
Or we can read
yeah,
weekend pictures.
What's that? Well, how about this one? You want to see how this Just Giving donation site? I don't know. Okay, Net's Bad Neighborhoods Map. Oh, this might be interesting. Sure, we all get a bunch of spam, right? Okay. Wouldn't we all like to no longer get spam? All right, so good. Let's see, did somebody else join us? Hello, Hadir? Haidar? Hello, Haidar? Yeah, Haidar, make sure that you unmute your microphone, and let me help you out. I'm going to give you a link. I realize you're in the wrong chat, so I'll give it to you in the wrong chat, which is your right chat. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, Hadar. Yeah, Hadar, turn up your microphone a little more, okay?
Okay.
Can you turn up the volume on your microphone so it's easier to hear you?
You don't hear me?
I can hear you now. It's still a little light. Try to turn it up a little bit more, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so good. Well, welcome to class. Haidar, is it Haidar? Is that correct?
Yes, it's correct.
Okay, good. Is this your first class?
Yes.
Okay, well, good. Welcome to class. We're going to read along. Just watch how we read along, okay? Maria, can you do me a favor, please? Can you start
Yep.
reading here? Can you just read all the way to here?
Okay. Internet's bad neighborhoods, spread scam and spam. About 50% of all junk mail on the net emerges from just 20 internet service providers (ESPs). A study has found can I continue? Okay.
Oh, please, yeah, please do.
The survey of more than 42,000 ESPs tried to map the net's bad neighborhoods to help pinpoint sources of malicious mail. The survey by a researcher in Holland found that in many cases, how do you I can ESPs, ISPs specialize in particular threats such as spam and phishing. Continue?
Go ahead.
No. Okay. Methods to, how do you pronounce that word? Thwart attacks and predict targets also emerge from the study.
Okay, so good. Let's stop right here then. So yeah, so junk mail. We all get junk mail, right? Okay. So an ISP, an internet service provider, that's who's giving you your connection. All right? I'm sure there's many different ISPs in the world. All right? So bad neighborhoods, they put that in quotes. What do they mean by bad neighborhoods? What do they mean? You know what they mean by that, Maria?
Yeah, what? Can you repeat me the question, please?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Can you repeat the question? Bad neighborhoods.
Bad neighborhoods. People like hackers or something like that. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe they are a group of a common, how do you say, a group of PCs of computers that are doing the spams and the scams, maybe.
Yep. So this isn't an actual neighborhood, right? So it's not an actual physical neighborhood. This is just a figurative way to say, you know, the bad neighborhoods or the bad groups of computers or people that are doing this. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, spam and phishing. Yeah, thwart attacks, like to prevent, to stop, or to push them off. Okay, so let's go on in here.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Phishing. What is phishing?
Yeah, so phishing, it's like a type of email that they send out. All right, and what they want you to do is they want you to click on a link so that you have viruses and different things that can come out. Okay, so that's what phishing is. Yeah, so there's different things in here.
They can hack the computer.
Yeah, and also, you know what they'll do is they'll get you to log into sites that you shouldn't log into, you know, with passwords and different things like that. Okay. So, like for example, you might get an email that says, "Hey, this is Google. Make sure that you click this email to update your password," and then it'll ask you for your old password, and then you find out it's not Google. You're like, "Oh my gosh!" Then all of a sudden they've gone through all of your mail. They're gonna do something to you. They're gonna let your mother know that you've been on bad websites. Okay, so that's phishing. All right, so let's continue on here. Okay, so Shelley. Hey, Shelley.
Yes.
Can you read here the large scale?
Oh, okay. The large-scale study was carried out to help fine-tune computer security tools that scrutinize the net addresses of email and other messages to help them work out if they are junk or legitimate. Such tools could make better choices if they were armed with historical information about the types of traffic that emerge from particular networks. In his analysis, Jovan Cesar Mora, who studied at the University of Twente, found that some networks could be classed as bad neighborhoods because, just like in the real world, they were places where malicious activity was more likely.
Yep. Okay. Good. It's good. So yeah, just like in the real world, there's other there's bad neighborhoods. If you say your mom says that's a bad neighborhood, don't go there. Don't ride your bike there. Okay. That's where bad things can happen. Drug dealing and all sorts of bad things can happen. Wow. Check this guy's name out, right? Giovanni Caesar Morea Mora. Wow. Boy, it's a mouthful, huh? So when you talk about large scale, small scale, so large scale means very big, right? So large scale study was carried out to help fine tune. What is fine tune? Can somebody tell me what fine tune means? Do you know what it means, Shelley?
Good.
To
Nice.
to fix computers.
Yeah. Let Shelley answer. If she can't get it right, you can. Okay, no problem. What was that, Shelley?
Adjust very well.
Yeah, adjust, right? Adjust to a high degree. Okay. Yep. So yeah, kind of. What were you saying, Papa?
And fine-tune computers. Fix computers.
No, it's not to fix. Okay, it's just to. So like when you fine tune, you adjust it. You make very small adjustments. So it's running. Okay, but you just want to fine tune. People do this. I think it comes from their instruments,
Okay.
right? So you fine tune an instrument.
Okay.
It's the same type of thing. Okay, so let's continue on here. Okay, so scrutinize the net addresses. All right, so that's like when you investigate, when you look it over, you just don't believe in it, so they're scrutinize that. Okay, let's continue on in here. Okay, so in his analysis, this is how he takes a look at it, right? So you analyze something. Okay, what is malicious? What is malicious activity? Can somebody tell me what malicious activity is?
Intentions?
Viruses.
Very bad.
It's like viruses.
Yeah, so like viruses, okay. What was that, Eric?
Something with bad intentions?
Yep, with bad intentions, okay. And Shelley, go ahead, Shelley.
Intended to do harm.
Yep. So you intend to do harm, so that's malicious. Okay, and any questions about any of this vocabulary? Oh, okay. Okay, so let's start back now, left to right. Go ahead, Ahmed. Can you just read all the way down to analysis tools of the 42,000?
Okay. Of the 42,201 ISPs studied about 50% of the junk mail, phishing attacks, and other malicious messages came from just 20 networks. He found many of these networks were concentrated in India, Vietnam, and Brazil. On the net's most crime-ridden network, Spectrum in Nigeria, 62% of the addresses controlled by the ISP were seen to be sending out spam. Network involved in malicious activity also tended to specialize in one particular sort of malicious message or attack. He discovered, for instance, the majority of phishing attacks come from ISPs based in the United States. By contrast, spammers tend to favor Asian ISPs. Indian ISP, BSNL, topped the list of spam sources in the study.
Okay, so good, so good. All right. So yeah, what do y'all what do you think about this? Should these people be shut down? Should we shut down these places that are doing these phishing attacks, doing all this spam? as well?
Yeah,
Mhm.
they should be shut down.
Okay. Does anybody disagree? Does anybody think that the spammers, that we should allow them to stay open, that they're just conducting business?
But it's possible to shut down.
If
No,
they
it's
Experiment
go ahead.
class. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so what was that, a Papa?
Nothing, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Did you have anything to say, or?
No.
Okay. Eric, what were you going to say?
I mean that if they could just target the specific spammers, it would be perfect, but they cannot.
Oh no, they can. They can. Let me help you out, guys. So I used to program, right? So think about this. In China, YouTube's blocked, correct? Right?
Yes, and
YouTube's
Facebook,
blocked, Facebook's
Facebook
blocked,
as
all
well.
of those. So the reason that they're blocked is because they use, like I've been talking about this DNS, okay? But I've been talking before about this. Let me just show you this, okay? So I know I've been talking to you guys. You're like, oh my gosh, stop talking about this DNS. So all they do is they have their own domain name servers there, and they just shut down those sites. All right? So it's the same thing. So in order for these ISPs to run, they have to have certain blocks of what they call IP addresses. Okay? All right? IP addresses. You have the Internet Protocol, just like you have an Internet Service Provider. So what could happen is you could just tell all the Internet Service Providers, don't let these addresses go through. Okay? Any of these addresses here that have the blocks of the IP addresses. Okay? So let me just show you.
Can I say something?
Yep, go ahead.
For example, I heard from an Internet Explorer. It's called Tor. You use it, and I mean, in the internet they can target you. They can localize you with your IP address. But
Oh, absolutely.
with the Tor Explorer, for example, you browse the internet. It's safely. Like for example, 100 people use that.
Yep.
And the IP addresses repart in those people.
Yep,
And
so
that-
this is it. Yeah, so this is it. This is the same type of thing that you use, okay? And I'm sorry, pardon me, but this is a donkey. That's why it says that, okay? So yes, as individuals, no problem. You can do that. And I don't know if it hides it completely 100%. It's supposed to, all right? But the problem is, so if you're an internet service provider, you have to buy a certain block of IP addresses. So watch this. What is my IP? Okay, so here you go. This is my IP address. All right, and any of you can all do the same thing. Okay, you can go here. All right, so they have these blocks of IP addresses that they use, just like they're talking in here, phishing attacks. They know which networks it comes from because they can tell with the IP addresses, right? So yeah, so they can they can shut these down if they really want to. It's just a matter of if they want to or not, and how they want to do it. So should we shut them down? What do you think? Or do you think it's just fair business practice? What do you all think? It's okay. Go ahead.
No, of course we have to shut them down. Shut them up.
Oh no, shut them down.
They are
Shut them down.
bothering people, and they're making they're making scams over the net and hacking.
Yep.
Why should we keep them?
Yep. Got it. What else about this? Any other opinions on this article?
I want to know what benefit will the bad neighborhoods get from what we call this kind of business?
Yeah, so what they get is when they're fishing, what they do when they're fishing is they're going in and they're trying, let's see, is that, oh yeah. So yeah, anyway, what they're doing is when they're fishing, they go in, they get your passwords, different things like that. So maybe they take money from your bank account. You know, they're able to get enough passwords to where they can go in. Like if I had your Google Plus account, I could probably then hack into all your bank accounts and everything because I could read all of your email, figure out what online banking you're using, and then I could start to retrieve the passwords from there and then continue to push forward, right? You see what I mean, Shelley?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
So
so that's
then, of course, we should ban them.
Yep, exactly. Any other thoughts on this? No. Okay, and hey Tara, you really missed the class earlier because we were talking about the Google Reader being shut down in Iran. And that's where they get a lot of their information that's censored. So that was a good class. Are you there, Tara?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, good. So Tara, how long has it been since you've lived in Iran? How long have you lived outside of Iran? How many years?
3 years, about.
3 years. So is there a lot of censorship in Iran?
Yes, there is a lot.
A lot, okay. And yeah, we were reading earlier how the Google Reader, how you can get around the censorship, but they're going to close that down. They're going to shut that down. Okay, so good. Any last thoughts on this story or even the other story? No, nothing. Does anybody think that the internet should just be wide open and free? No regulations? Would anybody like to see that? What's that, Eric?
In some ways, because sometimes, I mean, you want to watch a video on YouTube, and there appears the ads and
yeah, so the advertisements. But yeah, you have to find some way to pay for those videos, right? You know? But you want it just where everything's ad-free and everything's just free and open? Yep.
would be cool, but
Yeah, no rules, no regulations, just mass chaos.
but as always, there are people with bad intentions.
Yep. The few bad ones mess everything up for the rest of us. Anybody else?
I have a thought because I have lived in China for 7 years before we moved back to Japan, and my son is good at computer. So when we lived in China, you know, the China government built the Great Wall on the internet, and they banned a lot of websites. And my son always has the way to climb over the Great Wall.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he can do it, but I think for this issue, even though we try to ban this kind of bad neighbors, maybe they still have other ways to do something bad. I don't know.
Yep. Got it. And yeah, they have these VPNs. You know, I lived there and had to deal with it too. So we just used VPNs, virtual private networks. So good. Okay, so good. So good class. Wow, the sun's shining in, huh? Right? It's almost like maybe God's shining in on me. Just kidding. So